rolling. Go ahead, let me hear you.
Check, check.
Yep, we're good. Alright. I'll let you bring in the intro this time?
Oh, no. Not confident enough to pull that off.
I'll do it. I'm going to start laughing now. Don't get me started. We'll have a first blooper reel.
Hey, we need one of those to make people laugh. They'll watch it.
Yeah, definitely. We got to make that. That's for sure. All right. Here we go. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talk Shit. We're here with my co-host, Sky. Say hello.
Hey.
That's going to be your signature hello, it seems like. You're like, hey.
What's up? How you doing?
Today on Talk Shit, we got quite a few things that Sky and I have worked out here that we're going to talk about. I know one of the main things that we're going to cover is some medical cannabis news.
Of course.
Because I know that's on everybody's mind.
Everyone. Everyone.
Yep, that's for sure. And one thing that I wanted to start with was, if I can find it, I have so many windows open here that I'm having trouble finding it. Let's see here. Alrighty then. We're not doing so good on this episode here, folks. Alright, no, there was one thing that I wanted to start out with. And there was 11 presidents that smoked marijuana. 11.
Well,
and I had it right in front of me, and this is pissing me off because it had something about Obama and all of them bastards.
Well, now that you say that...
You keep up the show while I look.
Me? No, I'm not good at this, so don't critique. But, you know, great minds think alike, but if they're going to say that Obama smoked medical marijuana or marijuana, I don't know if I can legally say that. I think I should get put in jail. But, no, great minds do think alike, and I think that medical marijuana is one of the things that... Yay, let's get back to you then, because then that saves me.
Just put me under the bus, why don't you? Alright, so... Excuse me, I'm choking on my own spit now. Alright, first one right on the top of the list, of course, because it's Barack Obama. It says, yes, the current president wrote about his cocaine and marijuana use as a youth in Hawaii and famously said, when I was a kid, I inhaled frequently. That was the point when running for president in 2008. So our president's an ex-pothead.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one. Then we got George W. Bush, let's see, known as a cocaine user in his younger days, but would never respond to the question about marijuana use. Later, he told biographer Douglas Weed, yes, pronounced like weed, like the answer, I wouldn't answer the marijuana questions. You know why? Because I don't want some little kid doing what I tried. Is that not ridiculous? This is President Bush. This just shows you what a fucking moron that guy was. Pardon my French.
You know, aside from me being extremely giggly because of the topic that we're covering right now, and because of how I feel with it, I have to say it's moronic to say that, due to the fact that they're going to get exposed to it. Don't lie. The worst thing to do is to lie, because then when they see us lying, they assume that it's all right. If mom and dad does it, why can't I? Don't lie.
Yeah, then we got a bunch of Bill Clinton blowjobs running around.
True. But, yeah, no, he should have answered it, and things would have went so much smoother. He wouldn't have gotten harassed so much more.
I agree. And now, speaking of Bill Clinton, he's on here, too.
Oh, boy.
It says, yes. Slick Willie famously said, when I was in England, I experimented with marijuana.
See, some of the best people that I've found in history have tried marijuana. Does that make marijuana bad? Does it make that person bad?
You
know
what's funny is if you actually look at the statistics of all the people that do use marijuana, it's like 98% of the country.
So then why bullshit us? Why neglect the fact that it's here, we're all using it,
It's very stupid. this goes back to, now the yeses go all the way back to Bill Clinton. Then we got George H.W. Bush, no. Ronald Reagan, no. Jimmy Carter, no. But Jimmy Carter says he has never smoked pot, but there's no doubt in his son Chip did on the roof of the White House with Willie Nelson.
Oh, that is
so
interesting.
Chip Carter was partying down on the roof of the White House with Willie.
Nelson.
And Willie, we all know what up with him. Mm-hmm. Richard Nixon, no. Now here's my favorite. Being that I'm a Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, yes.
Oh, yeah.
John F. Kennedy used marijuana to deal with severe back pain, according to a few written accountants.
It does. It does significantly improve your back pain. It does make it a little more mild, if not taking it away.
Yep.
And I found that as a young mom, anxiety running high, 3 o'clock in the morning, baby crying. You want to lay down. You can't go back to sleep.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Don't try this at home. Don't have a bunch of babies. But
remember, folks, this show is called Talk Shit, and that's what we do, is talk shit.
Exactly. So, if you're tuning in, obviously you like it. But, no, smoking marijuana will relax you. It calms your nerves. You're so much more level. And when you feel at ease, when you're holding that baby, it stops the baby from crying. They can feel your feelings. They can feel you on edge.
I would definitely assume it would lower the stress level when it comes to being that. I remember what it was like
significantly.
I remember what it was like when my 2 girls were young, and if I could have just smoked a big fatty then, I would have.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people, there's a stigma that it's a gateway drug. No, it's not. It's not that it's a gateway drug. They're making it. They're making it. If for whatever it turns out to be that, they're making it that way because they're making it to where people have to go through dealers and to hide it and to nurse around the fact that police, they're like, the police are like, marijuana's not that bad. Give us permission to search your car, but...
Yeah, which they're really not allowed to do, but we'll save that for a whole nother show because that gets quite interesting there, that one, yeah. But, I know there's a bunch of things that medical marijuana benefits, that's for sure. Anger and anxiety, one. All right, so check this out. Abraham Lincoln, we're all the way back to him. No, he's never smoked marijuana.
He did do 50 cents worth of, I think it was cocaine.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln bought 50 cents worth of crack cocaine.
It doesn't say anything about it here, but, this is the internet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's got to be true if it's on the internet.
Right.
Franklin Pierce, yes. I've never heard of him, sorry. Zachary Taylor, yes. Andrew Jackson, I've heard of, yes. James Monroe, yes. James Madison, yes. Thomas Jefferson, everybody's heard of him. What do you think? You think Thomas Jefferson got high?
I think he did.
He's a stoner.
Yeah!
What about George Washington? Think he got high?
George Washington?
Yeah, come on, the man grew hemp.
I want to say...
He grew hemp. Hell yeah, he was a stoner. That motherfucker is the founder of stoners. Yeah, it says here, the father of our country kept meticulous diaries wherein he noted sown hemp at muddy hole by swamp. Hemp.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew it for the fiber and stuff. He was smoking it.
Why is it that they did ever stop making hemp shirts and paper?
Because they put it, and I got that up here too, if I can find it. Now it'll take me another year to find that.
I mean,
I thought this was going to be an advantage, having all these tabs open, so we got something to talk about, but it's actually not, because I can't find nothing. I do know I lost completely my train of thought just now, so that's pretty good.
But back to the fact of the whole hemp deal. When we did away with alcohol, and we ended up creating drag racing, moonshiners, all of the...
Oh, yeah.
Why hemp paper and clothing? If it benefited us, why take it away? Did they find out what the power of it did? Like smoking it? Did that intimidate them? I want to know.
Yeah, well, that's from our lovely leaders. They made it a Schedule 1 drug back in 1960. See, I had it here, and it's making me mad now. Yeah.
I think it was pointless to cause prohibition, and
well, especially because okay, here we go. 1970, it was Schedule 1. It was classified as a Schedule 1 drug, Controlled Substance Act. Especially being, if you just looked at the numbers, how many alcohol deaths there are and how many marijuana deaths there are, I bet you can't find any. And if there is anybody, and that's the thing, is if anybody has ever died with marijuana in their system, they didn't die from the marijuana. They died from because they were drunk and they got behind the car, and it just so happens that they smoked a joint before. Sorry, we just had some stuff fall down in the studio.
Ooh.
Yes. Got ghosts. I didn't tell you this place was haunted, did I?
What?
I'm just kidding.
But
no, there's no ghosts in here. If I tell her something like that, she's going to kill me.
No, I'll let karma get back at you. How do you know that ghost's not going to get your ass?
Yeah, well, karma is a bitch.
It really is.
She's taken a bite out of me quite a few times.
Well, I know karma for a fact is going to take a bite out of Brooksville for a while.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Definitely. Now, one thing, did you know that the University of Mississippi has grown marijuana for the government since 1968?
No, I did not know that, and I would love to send my children there.
Each year, the university grows 1.5 acres to 6.5 acres.
For the government?
Depending on the need,
demand, the supply and demand.
Yep. Absolutely, including a placebo for virtually no THC, U.S. government approved research.
What hypocrite!
Yeah.
You know, that's like mom and dad. Okay, my son will look at me and ask me right before bed, "Mom, can I have some ice cream?" No. Go brush your teeth, go lay down,
ice cream.
and then I go do it. Mommy, how come you can do it and I can't?
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy up there is trying to tell us that we can't grow it, smoke it, have it in our possession, or any of the things that, why? No, it's not fair. It's
very
hypocritical.
Very hypocritical.
Gotcha.
Especially if you did all the numbers and looked at all the numbers and the statistics about, the taxation of marijuana and the amount of money that this country could make just from the taxation of it. Which brings me to, let's just put that revenue aside and let's talk about the benefit, the medical benefits. And I don't even have to get into any detail other than 2 words: Charlotte's Web.
I want to cry.
Yes.
Because this little girl struggled.
We just got talking about it.
She struggled.
Yep.
She really did. And for a mother, for myself, to see a little girl hooked up with breathing tubes in her nose and her suffering, how can they deny the fact and say that there's still no proof that THC, that the medical marijuana helped her? She's now walking due to it.
Now, wasn't she having like 300 seizures a day?
300 seizures a week. Now she is nearly seizure-free, with maybe rarely a seizure a week. And it was saying that before the THC, she couldn't walk. She was wheelchair-bound. She couldn't eat on her own. She hardly even spoke. Now they're saying within, 2 years of this medical treatment, she now walks, talks, eats chili in the backseat of the car.
Unbelievable.
And her life's totally transformed.
And now, please, folks, if you watch the story, the first place I seen it was on CNN. And the video actually, and I'm not afraid to admit it, the video made me cry. I have 2 daughters, so I can just imagine. But it's not like they sat there and just gave the kid joint after joint after joint. No, they made a compound out of it. They made it an actual physical. What's the word I'm looking for? It was an oil.
Yes, they took the compound. Yeah. They took certain compounds out of the THC, and they bred a specific strain, and they named it after the girl, of course.
Yeah.
And
because it had high CBDs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
And they infused it with olive oil.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right.
They infused it with olive oil, and it helps. It also says, if you look it up, it also says that it helps prevent and treat tumors as well.
Yeah, well,
so,
see, I have a list here of a bunch of things. AIDS is on the top of it. Alzheimer's, which is that's a touchy subject for me. You met my wife. She's 38 years old, and she has the first stages of dementia, which is Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Arthritis, asthma. Believe it or not, asthma. Yeah.
Asthma.
Yeah. Same with me. My whole life. Crohn's disease, which is a gastrointestinal disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Epilepsy, seizures. This is what we're talking about. This girl.
I've had seizures.
Glaucoma. Yeah. Glaucoma with your eye. Hepatitis C. Migraines. Migraine headaches. How many people out there suffer from migraines? I do. Ever since I had a certain sheriff stomp his boot onto my head, I suffer from migraines. But that'll be handled as well. And then we have multiple sclerosis. I always screw that one up.
MS.
Multiple sclerosis. I have to say it slow. Watch. Ready? Multiple sclerosis. See?
Multiple sclerosis.
I'm screwing you up now.
Multiple sclerosis.
Nausea, which I can definitely.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I do.
I definitely agree with that because I've used cannabis for nausea before when I was out west.
That and on a boat too, as well.
I've never gotten seasick in my life.
You won't. Not
Never
with
in my
cannabis.
life. Even when I wasn't using cannabis, never in my life. Plus, I grew up on an island. Pain, just basic pain. Physiological conditions. So that's a pretty wide range right there. Physiological conditions. Tourette's syndrome.
I mean,
and
yeah.
the terminally ill.
Physiologically, if you want to get down to all the nerves and all of that, if cannabis helps with that, how can you deny any American who works, who gives we are the taxpayers.
Yeah,
we deserve to have an outlet. And I've never heard of anybody being addicted to cannabis. Have you?
No,
I really haven't. Never, ever.
No.
Not gonna lie, I've heard somebody say, "Man,
potheads."
Yeah, I'm a big old pothead. I want me some special brownies
Right.
and whatnot." But I have never heard a person say,
Never.
"I'm addicted to cannabis."
Never.
Ever.
Nope.
I have heard plenty of people say, "I'm addicted to a cigarette. I can't wait. I regret picking it up." When I tell people I don't smoke cigarettes, first thing they say, "Congratulations, don't ever pick one up.
Yeah.
Don't ever do
right.
it."
They're absolutely right. It's a dirty, nasty habit.
I have never met a person to say, "Never pick up a joint."
Yeah. No.
Never
They're
pick up
always like,
cannabis.
"Here, you want some?"
Right? You want to share a tote?
Right. That's good.
It's part of one of the commandments, actually, if you look at it.
Well, if you want to go there, we can go there too because I've got
Thou shalt not pass up a tote.
41 different verses from the Bible that mention marijuana. And I'm not going to go through and read them all, but I'll just go and we got Genesis 1:29. It says, "And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the earth, and every tree with the seed of its fruit." Blah 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 blah. It's in Genesis, it's in Peter, it's in the Romans, Matthews, Timothy, Genesis again, Mark. Come on. Jesus Christ himself smoked marijuana. I could prove it.
If America respects religion, then they will respect Jesus. And he put it here for a reason,
exactly.
Right? So,
exactly. And I'm not trying to make a mockery of religion.
No, of course not. No.
Because I am an ordained minister, and, it's a serious thing to me, but it just so happens that in my church, we don't take that little wafer as our sacrament. Our sacrament is cannabis.
I don't believe that you should have to go to church to talk to God. If you want to light up a joint in your backyard and talk to God,
absolutely,
feel free.
Absolutely.
You're very close to him because he's everywhere, from what they say.
And he's there listening no matter what.
Exactly.
He's there listening.
So I'm sure he's rolling over up there telling us, he put that plant here. It grows from the ground.
Yeah, all I got to say is the Christians keep saying that Jesus Christ is coming back, but when he does, he's going to be pissed.
Right.
Because he ain't going to have no bud to smoke, and if he does get some, you're going to arrest him. Take Jesus Christ, put him in handcuffs. I want to see that.
Oh, that's not flying.
You You think he'd use some special magic and bring down lightning bolts and all of that kind of stuff?
No, it's Jesus. He just kicked some really good ass.
I got kicked out of the Catholic school when I was a kid, so I don't really. My hypocrisy with this goes only so far.
I feel you. I was never made to go to church. Yeah. I went to Bible school a few times during the summer, but for the most part, I believe in God. I believe that there's something greater. I believe there's got to be something out there more than me.
I'm not sure if I believe in God Himself, like that. The one all great. Oh. And honestly, I can't even say that I know what I believe in anymore. Even I went to a Catholic school. Grew up in a Jewish household, semi-Jewish household, and became an ordained minister. And I'm probably the most screwed up out there when it comes to religion there is, But I don't even know. I do know one thing's for sure, that the devil didn't make you do it. You did it because you're a sick bastard and you wanted to do it.
But along with that whole God thing, I use that in a very loose term. When I specify and say God, what I mean is whatever else is out there, because there's so many different terms, there's so many different labels. There's Messiah, there's God, there's Jesus, there's Buddha, there's, I don't really know what to call it, but here in America, a lot of people use God, so I'm just gonna stick with that. But
seems to be the common word,
right? But yeah,
I got a friend of mine whose nickname is God.
God?
God.
Hey, God, what's up?
Yeah, that's what we used to do. We used to get on the CB really, really loud, put the reverb up, turn the echo up, and go, hello, 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 I am God! And it would just sound, everybody be looking like, holy shit, he's talking to me.
That's awesome. I would love to do that.
Go into some of the drive-thrus with the CB, and it just overpowers over their headphones. That's funny. Michelle used to get mad at me all the time. I'd do it to her.
Well, I don't really think she's mad anymore. I think she'll probably look back at it and be like,
I think she's gotten over it. Yeah. I'm trying to find the one thing, I found one thing the other day about Jesus Christ and something, how he smoked pot and all that, and it was funny. Jesus, here it is. It was the year 30 A.D., and Jesus allegedly uses blah, 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 blah. Let's try that again. Jesus allegedly uses anointing oil made with cannabis. See? I say it again. Jesus used cannabis. See?
What is wrong with this nation? Not the nation, the government.
It's
what
not
is
the nation,
wrong
it's the government,
with
for
the
sure.
government?
Absolutely.
How can they stand proud and say that they believe in America? And America believes in religion. And America believing in a religion means that they support everything about the religion. And if Jesus, we need to support Jesus.
Government and the religion, I think they should be separated. I'm a firm believer in atheism, and the God has no business being in the government. You know who Jesse Ventura is?
I've heard of that
Governor Jesse Ventura. He was the governor of Minnesota.
Ventura does sound very familiar.
Jesse the Body Ventura. He was a very famous wrestler. He is actually, and I hope he does, actually going to try and run for president.
Really?
Yes. This is a man who is an ex-Navy SEAL. He's a patriot. He's a real patriot, and he's the type of man we need in
the House.
Right
up there.
Absolutely. Now here's the twist on it, though. He wants to make Howard Stern his vice president.
Howard Stern, vice president.
Vice President Stern. Could you imagine that?
Do you see that day?
I'd like to see that day. I mean, hell, we've had a black president. Why not have a Jew freaking vice president and a Navy SEAL as a president? You know what I mean? What worse can they do?
Don't say that, though. Don't.
Yeah, true. I'd be jinxing us. Yeah, exactly. No, more like this.
Knock on wood.
Exactly.
Wow.
That brings me over to now with 13 states pending legislation to legalize marijuana. Latest is we got Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Minnesota, Missouri, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Utah, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Those are the 13 states that are pending legalization of medical cannabis. Have you read the ballot at all? Have you looked at the ballot at all?
No, I have not read the ballot.
This is the first I'm seeing it, and it looks like the initiative to the ballot allows the use of medical marijuana for individuals with debilitating diseases as determined by a licensed Florida physician. The revision is defining of the term cannabis for the purpose of Florida Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention. And I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on to, disguise the truth, to discuss what the bill is all about and what we're looking at. Now, the Senate bill authorizes specified physicians to prescribe specified patients medical-grade marijuana. Now, for all you Floridians out there that don't know what that means, okay, that means we got dope coming to our state soon. Good quality medical cannabis that's actually going to help a lot of people. It'll actually bring the economy of this state up. It'll do a lot of things for this place. So it's a good thing. It's a damn good thing.
And they say that hookahs and shisha is a social smoke. So is cannabis.
Absolutely.
Because you walk up to somebody that you clearly would know would smoke cannabis. You
hey,
offer
what's
them,
up, man? You want to party? You want to smoke? Sure.
Oh my God! The first thing they'd be like is, "Heck yeah, man! What's your name?
Yeah.
Nice, shake your hand."
And we should allow the social clubs like that to be able to go in there and sit down and hang out and smoke socially like that.
I know I'm not going to walk up to some stranger and punch him in the face. He offers me a toke, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, but now if you were drunk and you were belligerent, well,
I'd probably walk up to him and be like, "What the hell are you fucking looking at?"
We need to take alcohol and get rid of it again. Gone. Get rid of it. It's killed so many people. We should.
They definitely need to do something about cigarettes.
The problem with that, the problem with cigarettes, never happened. Never happened because
it makes too much money.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is my opinion. I don't know, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. As far as I'm concerned, Big Tobacco has got the government in their pocket.
They got them by the balls.
Yep, right where they want them. Whenever somebody needs to get elected president, they turn to those big companies for all that money and everything they got, and that's how that's done. I mean, let's face it. This world is, or this country, I should say, is
corrupted by money. It's money
built
hungry.
on corruption. Think about it. It's built on corruption. It goes all the way back to the Civil War. Really does. But moving on, you got anything you want to bring up?
Well, I haven't really done too much research on the ballot, but I did want to get into that.
I want to ask you something. Let's talk personal, all right?
Oh boy.
Let's talk about Let's talk about what you've done in the past. Let's you had mentioned to me you were a model.
I was aspiring.
You don't have to do any. You don't have to give any specifics. I just want to know.
I was aspiring to become a model, and in the process of that, I may have had an opportunity to work at a clothing store here in Brooksville.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful little store. It's great atmosphere, and I thought it was fantastic up until the point where my personal business was put out there for others to know. And it was very unprofessional, and it was not necessarily
what do you mean?
Let's say a coworker.
Mm-hmm. Somebody that worked at the shop that you were modeling.
Oh no, yes. A coworker at Hut 8 per se leaked out personal information of my purchases and said snapped pictures, creeper pictures of myself.
But whose business is that of that person? Or that probably actually just goes back to the whole jealousy thing again?
I think it stems from not only jealousy, but drama.
Yeah.
Young girls that are jealous love to stem shit from drama. You start one ball, and it's just going to avalanche.
Yeah.
Rumors. It keeps going on and on. And a lot of the girls around here, they thrive on it. They need that drama. They need that
always got to be picking at something.
That
or
15 minutes
someone.
of fame. They're scratching for it. They need it. They got to have it. And
they're gonna hate you.
Oh, I know, right?
They're gonna hate you. You got about 2 hours of fame now, and many more hours to go, girls. So should have been her friend.
Shoulda, Coulda, but didn't. So
sucks for you. But yeah, so that's cool. How'd you like doing the modeling? Did you like it?
It's definitely not what it looks like, and I really, really wanted only to become a model for the simple fact that I felt that when people see a model and they agree, say a large mass of people, large group of people agree that she's beautiful, statistically she's beautiful, there's no denying it when, an abundant... I've always been picked on. I've always been pushed, bullied, hurt, and let's just say, my life's not been the best as well as others. I'm not, but I really just wanted that little bit of an edge for what life I've been leading up until this point. I wanted to do
you want something different.
I wanted a change of scenery.
Yeah.
I feel it, that Brooksville is not it. There's other stuff out there. There's a bigger world. And it's not glamorous. By far, it's not glamorous.
Is far from glamour.
No, it's nothing but karma biting y'all girls in the ass and you boys. Them young boys, them hormone-filled raging men. No.
Easy.
Well,
they're not all young.
Well, no, they're not all young, but a lot of the players are young. So wait until y'all get older, and you're gonna see that what you wanted
Then we just become dirty old men.
Shame on you.
Hey, I won't tell if you won't. But then again, anybody that knows me knows that I'm just a sick fuck anyway, so.
Yeah, my mind kind of wanders off. I'm not going to lie. It has a little to do with my upbringing, considering, when we're sitting around the coffee table or the kitchen table and Ma just starts popping off with the period and we're eating spaghetti. What? Oh, yeah. So,
I remember one particular time sitting around my kitchen table and my sister and my brother were getting into an argument, and my mother said to my sister, if you don't shut the F up, I'm going to throw this glass of milk at you. And my sister just didn't shut up, and my mother reached down, grabbed the glass of milk, and threw it right in her face. My sister was just like
how could
I laughed so hard I had spaghetti and milk coming out of my nose. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I can picture that on you, like just...
Oh, my God. I'll show you a baby picture of me later. You're going to laugh. You're going to be like, oh, my God, you look like a geek.
I'm going to come back on the show. I'm going to be like, oh, his baby picture was so cute. I'll be like, what happened?
It's up on Facebook. If anybody wants to see it, it's up there. I don't care.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
I've seen that. Picture? That's so cute. It is cute. Okay, I can say it right now. It's cute.
Okay, I'm a little embarrassed now.
No, he's the one embarrassed. Okay.
So, all right, I was checking this out. Now, this is pretty funny. And you had actually mentioned something to me about the sugar baby thing.
Oh, yes.
Now, I want you to explain to the listeners, because I had never known what the hell a sugar baby was. I knew what a sugar daddy was, because I always wish I had enough money to be a sugar daddy. But that's not the case. So, explain to us what a sugar baby is, and then I'll talk about some of these websites I found when I was looking for sugar baby.
A sugar baby is technically, sugar baby is classifying any young broad, any young woman that is willing to
18 and younger.
Willing to exploit their beauty, their body, to basically do nothing, to earn an income once a week. Some of them, they get laid once a week. One time a night.
There ain't no shit like this for guys around, so don't even go looking.
Don't even lie. Some of us women can't lie. If we call up a guy and like, hey, you want to go? They're at the front door, knock, knock, knock.
Before you even hung up the phone, right?
Knock, knock, knock. But the guys, call up a girl, hey, you want to come? No, I got a headache. I got a headache.
Not tonight.
I got a cramp in my leg.
I just did my hair. Yeah.
I just did my makeup. I can't let it get runny. But, no, they're young women that will hook up with men from the ages of, 42, 43, and up. And there's a specific girl, I don't remember her name, so good thing. But she gets paid $800 to have sex one time a night. She sleeps in a separate room with a huge flat screen. She was already on a radio once, and she was bragging about how she basically gets to do nothing but spend $800 on anything she wants. Her apartment is paid for.
How old was she, did you say?
I think she was 18.
Ugh.
19, exploiting herself like that.
At that age already.
At that age already. Well, obviously there's no intent in the household of growing any morals. I mean,
that's disgusting.
I base myself on telling my sons all the time, you don't want no tricks and hoes, but I don't say it that way.
No beans and diseases, as my wife says.
I basically tell my sons not to worry about love or girls. Let it come to you. Yeah, let it come to you. I mean, the right one sometimes will pop out of nowhere, and
I could see your face lighting up as you say that.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
all right, so when I was looking up more information about that, she's teasing.
The sugar baby.
The sugar babies, I found a website that is called, and this is for all you gold diggers out there. Yeah. It's called www.seekingmillionaire.com. So this is a website that you can go on and find yourself a rich dude. Mm-hmm. Interesting. There's nothing like that for women or for guys. Rich chick don't want none of bum asses. And it says right on here, it says, get started for free. No gold diggers allowed. Oh, sorry, all you gold diggers, forget it. You're out. And then, check this out, wait, I found another one. It's called seekingarrangement.com. Mm-hmm. So apparently, the modern gentleman, you are always respectful and generous, you only live once, and you want to date the best. Some call you a mentor, sponsor, or you're a fucking pimp. That's what you are, dude, okay? That's what it is. She's a whore, a hooker, and you're a pimp. I don't care how you look at it. Yep. I talk shit. That's what we do. It's about opinions. But I mean, come on. You're paying for it, dude. You're a John.
Basically, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, you're having sex. You're paying for that girl to do her talent.
You can say it.
You're paying for a young, beautiful girl to fuck you, man. Come on.
I got a beat button, but I ain't using it.
But no, yeah, it's a pimp. It's a prostitute. It's a hoe.
No matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, I don't care if you put it up on a website, you make it into an arrangement. Yeah, you're a freaking pimp, and that's a prostitute. I'm sorry.
Don't make me raise my pimp hand.
Oh, that's too much. All right, so this one's on you. USA Today.
No. Don't put that on me. USA Today is surprising me because honestly, to put a weed symbol up next to USA Today just 4 hours ago they just posted it.
And literally, folks, I don't mean to cut you off, Sky, but literally, if you go to www.usatoday.com, you will see a picture of a marijuana leaf right next to the USA Today.
Yep. And if you scroll down the page, you'll see one being held in a hand, a beautiful one at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
But
right on the homepage, right?
Yeah, right on the homepage. If you scroll down, you'll see a hand holding a perfect leaf, a cannabis leaf.
Oh, they might have changed it.
Oh man, it was just there when it was 3 hours.
Like now, it's actually an ice cave.
Oh man, I should have Snapchatted it. Sorry, y'all, my phone was dead.
The marijuana leaf was better. All right, but here's the top story that's on here. That Florida killer, that guy that killed a teen and said, that he threatened them and over the loud music.
I've heard about that. I really didn't want to see too much of it because I just had a teenage friend pass away. Then I just find out another person dies on Sunshine Grove. And honestly, all
Why, you knew one of them people that died on Sunshine Grove Road?
I knew Kevin. Okay, he passed away there. He got hit there. There was two twins that passed. One is being prosecuted, I think, for manslaughter or something.
Really?
On his twin brother. His twin brother died in the car accident.
Wow.
And it was because they were drunk. Is what I heard. It was because they were drinking. They left the party and they got into a wreck and the brother died. So, but yeah, we knew him as well. Just found out about that older man that got hit, and that's tragic as well. So all these deaths, I mean...
Right there in the same area, pretty much, too.
And it's just like this Charlotte's Web with this little girl. That little spark of happiness is what some of the media needs to shine through.
Absolutely.
They need to bring that out. Not all these people dying
I agree.
alcohol and marijuana.
If more of the media outlets ran stories like that about the good of medical cannabis that it does, it would open a lot more people's eyes. You come from a way younger generation than I do, and I come from a generation to where there were nothing but a bunch of potheads growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My whole neighborhood, everywhere I went, you know. I mean, you weren't cool if you didn't smoke pot.
Right.
I mean, it was. I don't know. I just I do know that the company.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting I say that because the United States is no longer a country. It is a corporation. Yep. This is a corporate America. And we'll get onto some of those in later shows because I am a sovereign citizen. I do believe in my rights here as a true patriotic American.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get onto that. It's just the war on drugs. What was it? $82 billion. I think I read somewhere. $82 billion. Yeah, ridiculous. And we are no further along on the war of drugs than we were when it started.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. We've done nothing but put people away who got caught with a plant, but set murderers free. I won't mention any names, but George Zimmerman's one. Classic example. He should have went to jail.
Yeah, he should have.
He should have went to jail for something. Something. Not even a discharging your firearm within city limits. Yeah, okay, I know the stand your ground thing, and let me tell you something. Somebody attacks me. I got one rule about gun control. When I see a gun, I have to control it. So that's just an FYI for anybody else that wants to pull a gun on me. I don't recommend it. I had it done 4 times in the last 6 months.
Yeah, no. In the last 6 months, I've been robbed. Yeah. I've been, people have used my car in chases, you know, after they've roofied me. It's not good. Oh, yeah. There's some scum out here in Brooksville. You don't let your daughters out the house. Don't do it.
Brooksville. Let's talk about Florida. Do you know Florida has the most incarcerated people in the country?
Florida, the most.
The most. Florida has the most people locked up in the whole country.
That's ridiculous.
We have the most prisoners. And I bet you if you broke down and looked how many were in there for cannabis needlessly, and the money that you spend, did you know that it costs money to go to jail here in Hernando County? It costs you $25 to get booked in, and something like $25 a day. If you do like 9 months, 10 months, you're like $15,000 to the sheriff's department.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the sheriff's department runs it now, so they're just a big scam anyway, too.
Oh, well, I would agree with that.
We won't even get started on Hernando County Sheriff.
No, let's not get started on the po-pos.
Yeah.
No 5-0 here. No.
I'm knocking down the door. All right, so did we talk about that Necno-Nominate or whatever that drinking game was?
Necno-Nomination.
Ah, see, I'm glad you were able to pronounce it, because I still can't say it.
Necno-Nomination is where they basically introduce any kind of a form of a liquor with foreign objects and consume it fast and within a short period of time. So yeah, let's get started on how.
Yeah, I was reading some of the things are like
dead rat, wasn't it?
Yeah, one was a dead rat. One was there was motor oil. I mean, just what the frick is wrong with people? That's like that crocodile.
Yeah,
that's some crazy shit right there.
Gasoline, how it's a flesh-eating. They're nicknaming it the zombie virus, for God's sake.
Is that disgusting?
You want to talk about breaking down your house and putting up a wall for fortress and trying to prepare your family for zombies? Look at these people doing crocodilian.
That's what the whole zombie apocalypse is about. Is those, as far as I'm concerned, people like that doing that kind of shit and meth heads because they're freaking zombies and crackheads.
Ew. I'm not gonna lie. I seen something about zombies and I had to click on it and then it said meth zombie. And I'll tell you what, I kind of got scared with what I seen the guy doing. And on top of that, it was telling you the statistics about HIV with gay meth users. And the statistics are, I think they said, it was, oh goodness, I blacked out. I blanked. I remembered the statistics just a few moments ago. That's why I wanted to talk about that. That's why I brought it up. And now I can't even remember the statistics.
Well, that's all right. We'll cut it out.
Sorry.
All right. So one thing I found, and we were talking about it before, is the Charlotte's Web, and I finally did find out the Yeah, see, now you got me blanking out. No, I found the information about it, and she's suffering from a rare genetic disorder. She has as many as 300 grand malicious seizures a week. Used a wheelchair, went into repeated cardiac arrest, could barely speak. As a last resort, her mother began calling, medical cannabis shops. 2 years later, Charlotte is largely seizure-free and able to walk, talk, and feed herself after taking oil-infused, like you said. Unbelievable. 300 grand mal seizures a week. She couldn't talk. She couldn't walk.
And,
Jesus Christ, people, wake up. Wake up. Forget the money. Forget it. Don't you want to live? You want to live? I know I lost my mother to cancer, lung, liver, and bone cancer. I watched a woman Marine, go down hard.
Cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. If we would have known about medical cannabis, then my mother's life would have been extended a little more. I'm not saying she'd still be alive.
And it probably would have been a lot more comfortable.
The quality of life, yes, absolutely. Because I watched her go through that damn chemo and radiation, and that was horrible.
And I did notice how the doctors are still trying to neglect the fact that they're still denying that there's any proof, there's any relevant proof to show that the THC is what helped. And that's bullshit. Because the girl, magically, out of nowhere, she's going to take the medication that they made from the THC, and God's going to say, oh, miracle, or something's going to happen, and she's just going to be fine. No, it had to have been a common.
I don't believe in miracles like that. They don't happen.
It was the science.
Yep.
It's definitely got grounds for more research.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's your daughter, if it's your son or your granddaughter, are you going to deny them the right to live a long, beautiful life, to find out what's out there?
Absolutely, absolutely. Here's a little girl, and I mean the picture is right here. I wish I could move the camera.
Beautiful.
She is a gorgeous little girl, gorgeous, happy as could be. The picture is actually of her walking through a marijuana field.
Yeah. The little pots with the cannabis growing, and you know what's beautiful is not only the fact that she's walking. She's smiling.
Yeah.
There's no pain in her face. Yeah. She's bliss.
You can see she's happy.
Innocent.
And I closed the ad out, but I should have read more into it. But her father is in the service.
Yeah, he is.
He's more against it than Well, not that he's against it, but it's his job.
Yes, it's definitely something that he has to sit there and stand by if it's his profession.
Yeah.
But his honest opinion, I'm sure, is that regardless of whatever it is out here in the nation, any stigma that's going on, he's grateful for what the THC did for his daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. None.
Now, let's get off of that for a little while. I don't want to burn that out. Get it? Burn it out. I'm a comedian. Anyway, I want to talk about some TV shows that are out there.
Oh, goodness.
Do you watch much TV?
I do not watch much TV. But there are a lot of shows that I've heard of and that I do keep up on once in a while, like Operation Repo, Vampire Diaries.
See, that is the one right there that I want to talk about, that Operation Repo on True TV. That has got to be the fakest show that I've ever seen in my life. Miami tow trucks are oh my God, people! The intelligence level of people has really been diminished over this.
There was actually concrete proof online of how fake it was. They were using rental cars, and on rental cars, there's on the driver's side window, there's that little sticker.
Yeah, I'm going to be going home after tonight's show, and I'm going to go and watch that show just to see if I can see that.
It's posted. They paused it, and they would take snaps of it, and they show you online how fake, because there's all these rental car stickers on all the cars that are like being hit on, being bashed. It's like, come on. They're like, concrete proof.
Yeah.
And I click on it, and it's got all these rental car stickers on all these different cars. I'm like,
That's awesome. I love it.
Exposed.
There we go. Exposure right there. Case closed. You don't watch that show no more.
Nope, it's not real.
It's fake.
True TV is not true. It's what the media wants you to see.
How about, what the hell is that, Bachelor? Well, I gotta tell you. All right, so I'm guilty as charged. I'm guilty. I've been watching The Bachelor, and it's only because I have to share the remote. Because if I don't, it'll cause a mutiny. I live with my daughter and my wife, and they outnumber me. So I can't have any mutinies. So if they want to watch their show, I gotta let them watch their show. I gotta tell you that I've been watching it. I've been paying attention, and it's Juan Pablo's a pussy. He cries a lot.
Juan
Pablo. Yes. His name is Juan Pablo.
Juan Pablo, stop crying.
Yes. And he cries every time he's got to send one of the chicks home. He cries.
Really? Come on.
Right? I mean, it's like, dude, you got to send him home. What are you crying about?
He's not crying. It's sympathy. He lost another girl that's giving him a handy.
I was going to put it something like that, yeah. But, see, he started out at like 16. Now he's down to 4. Right?
Yeah, I'd cry.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's crying, because, yeah, exactly. I do have some information on the one he marries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know who she marries. Or I know who he marries before the episode is over.
He cries so much he turned into a she.
No, I looked it up, and I have some resources in the press, and I found out. But I don't know if I can give it up yet, but
I would definitely say suspense is
I can't remember the bitch's name right now, so I'm going to have to Google it to find the name. Now I want to ruin the show for everybody.
No, just say, is it a brunette or is it a blonde?
It's a blonde.
Oh, shit! Man!
It's a blonde, and I think it's Nikki.
Damn.
I think her name is Nikki. I'm not sure.
Why the name Nikki? That's a stripper.
It is kind of a stripper name. She's a hairdresser. Yeah, and she's so stupid.
Is she?
Oh my God!
That makes me feel so good that it's a blonde that's stupid. I don't care if she's beautiful. If she starts talking, you'll lose your erection. Put a bag over her head, whatever you gotta do. But
I've never really met too many
educated blondes.
Yeah, well, there's a few out there, but I mean, it's what they're educated in.
Oh no, I'm sure there could be quite some smart ones out there.
Yeah. That was pretty good. All right, so this is another article I have. We'll skip that one. That's on, that was about an asteroid. I got asteroids. When I sit on the concrete too long.
I'm sorry, I thought you said Altoids.
Altoids? What the hell's an Altoid? Oh, isn't that a mint?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I used to use them cans all the time to bring my aspirin to school.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
listen, I had an afro this big. I could hide anything I wanted in my afro. It didn't matter.
Afro?
Yeah, I do. I got natural curly hair. That's why I keep it so damn short. Look, I'll show you the hat head. Oh, that's it. So Venezuela gives 3 U.S. diplomats 48 hours to leave the country. It looks like we're making quite an impression all over the place. Venezuela's kicking us out. That's pretty funny. I'm not sure why. I didn't really read into it. It says leaving the country after they were declared persona non grata and allegations that diplomats were conspiring against the Venezuelan government. I don't think there's much down there, is there?
I don't really think there's much down there, but it's the fact that you're going to try and burn your bridges. You know? When shit goes and hits the fan, you're going to look for your allies, and when there is none...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Especially after we destroy this country, we're going to have no place to go. We're going to be looking for them countries down there. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. I still think we should just invade Mexico, take over.
Mexico?
Yeah, just invade.
What do you want? That's out there. The tequila?
The whole country.
Just the space. You just
the
want
country,
the space.
yeah.
You use that as a growing lie.
Well, just think about it. Think about it. If we invaded Mexico, okay, there'd be no more border dispute.
True.
We would own the border. Then we just keep moving them a little more south. The ones that wanted to work and pay taxes, they can stay where they are. You know, they just pay taxes, and that would eliminate cartel problems.
I don't know if it would eliminate cartel problems, because honestly, if you think about it, it comes back to power. You know?
Yeah, well,
cartel wants that power.
I don't think the cartel's got too many F-14s.
No, not too many of those. But
I don't think they have too many Apache attack helicopters. So I'm pretty sure that would be one war they might have trouble winning.
Definitely have trouble, but you know, you got to remember that you don't know what the future holds.
Yeah, that's true. Look at the Afghan and the Iraqi war we're in right now. We're fighting a bunch of rebels with sticks and stones, and we're not doing so good.
Why? I've heard also
oil and money.
But they send their children out strapped with bombs, and they educate their children in how to go.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Here you go, little Johnny. Here's your 2 sticks of dynamite for today. Go get 'em, son.
No.
Make me proud. Go kill some of them dirty bastards.
I'm so sorry, and I am not laughing at the soldiers. I commend them. They have hearts of steel and hearts of gold for going over there and doing that, and to see that and to come home.
They do a rough job, absolutely.
They do, and I don't think, honestly, even though I'm a mom, I don't think I would have the strength to be able to go to Iraq and see a child walking down the street, and it just, I couldn't fathom it nor picture it, and to come back here after all that's said and done, to look at those assholes and be like, you fucked up my train of thought.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. But
it's okay.
Just the thought of having to watch a kid blow himself up. I mean, not that that's funny or anything, but, you know, I mean, little Johnny went to school today, he had an outburst. Literally.
You know, yeah, no pun intended, but things went, you know, pretty banging today.
His temper blew up.
But, yeah, no, you know, I do watch a little comedy once in a while, so, Jeff Dunham, you ever watch him?
Yeah.
You ever watch him?
Yeah.
Ahmed the Dead Terrorist?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I do too.
I kill you!
I kill you!
I love it. Oh, he's hilarious, yes. What is the other one? He's got the old man, too, right? Walter.
Walter.
The old man
Welcome to Walmart, get your shit and get out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
Walter.
love Walter.
He's blunt, and if he had anything to say about politics, it'd be blunt. It'd be right out there. He'd be one of the... we should have Walter come and sit in here.
Walter for president. We should nominate him for president.
There we go. Let's do it. I mean,
we've
got a black man in the office that said we needed change.
And he's done cocaine, remember?
Yeah.
Said it. The internet. Gotta be true.
Let's have a puppet. He can't do no worse, could he? Do you think Walter could do any worse?
Jeff Dunham runs them. Yeah, we might be in trouble on that one.
You think?
No, I don't know. He probably not. We might actually do a little better.
Considering what we've been going through, I think we might do even a sliver. Something's got to be a little better than this.
Yeah, this is true. But, well, I think that's about all the time we have for today. That's about all the stuff I've got today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to thank my beautiful co-host here for coming in and working with us again. And we look forward to the next show. On the next show, we'll talk a lot more shit. I don't know what we're going to talk shit about, but I'm sure by then we'll have plenty to talk about. Do you have anything you want to say in closing?
I just want to thank my amazing boss for this
I'm not your boss.
Okay. Well, I still give respect where it's due. But I love this opportunity and to further my education in politics and everything else that's going on in the world that we're all blind to, especially people my age. You know, 23. I'm 23 years old. I hardly know anything that's going on the ballot. I mean, that's important information that I should be educated in, and it should be broadcasted out there, and that's what we're doing. We're getting it out there.
You are a legal voter, and it is up to your generation and the kids your age to take it over and you know,
try and make it better for our future kids, for our kids, for my kids.
Yep. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You have a good night. We'll talk to you again on the next time we talk shit.
See ya.
We just got an hour.
An hour?
We just did an hour.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at it. 58 minutes.